Kia ora koutou, no mai, haere mai. Welcome along to Fraser Park in Te Awa Kairangi ki Tai Lower Hutt for this National League Championship match between the Wellington Phoenix Reserves and Miramar Rangers. Both sides come into this game in the bottom half of the National League standings, with the Wellington Phoenix sitting on 5 points after picking up their first win last week against Christchurch United. Miramar Rangers sit bottom equal with Melville on a single point. These two Central League sides have met twice already this season, including an opening day thriller here at Fraser Park that finished 2-2, whilst Miramar Rangers came out 2-1 victors in their most recent encounter. My name is Jesse Rawlings. Welcome along. We look forward to you enjoying this game today between these two sides in the National League Championship.
If it goes over, do I have to go ready for it as well?
The Wellington Phoenix squad is on your screen, featuring a couple of pro players dropping down for the first team in 19-year-old Finn Sermon and 21-year-old Lucas Miragas, who started the first two games of the A-League season and also started in the reserves match last week away at Christchurch United. Head coach Chris Greenacre is not with the squad today. He has travelled to Melbourne as the assistant coach to the first team after Giancarlo Italiano picked up COVID. He is replaced in the dugout by Steve Coleman. Miramar Rangers put out a side that features an incredibly fearsome front three of Hamish Watson, Sam Mason-Smith and Andy Bevan. Three guys have played together at Miramar, Team Wellington and Hawke's Bay United. A lot of experience in that attacking lineup, whilst young goalkeeper Joe Knowles spent the winter season playing Northern League football for Eastern Suburbs. He's transferred to Miramar Rangers to play in this summer competition and wears the number 1 jersey. Their head coach is Scott Hales. Referee today is Calvin Berg from Dunedin. He is assisted by Isaac Trevis and Ed Cook. The fourth official is the highly experienced Corey Mills. He'll have a tough job on his hands, I'm sure. The two dugouts known for their noise. There is the weather. Is a light sprinkling of rain here at Fraser Park, 16 degrees and a venomous 40k wind. Expect the wind to play a massive part in this match, as it tends to do at this venue. Two sides going into their huddles before the game gets underway. The Wellington Phoenix, of course, the home side in all yellow. Miramar Rangers also in their home strip of blue and black stripes. All in readiness then as the two sides line up, just swapping ways or swapping ends. You'll see a little gathering of fans near the sideline and a few more upstairs in the bar here at Fraser Park as people try and hide away from the conditions. It'll be Miramar Rangers with the kick-off. Hamish Watson, the number 9, named Central League Player of the Year at the Capital Football Awards this week. He's back in the side after his partner gave birth to their first child. Congratulations to Hamish and his family. Referee Calvin Berg just double-checking to make sure everything is ready to go. And we are underway here at Fraser Park. Round 5 of the National League Championship between the Wellington Phoenix Reserves and Miramar Rangers. Thank you for joining us on the artificial surface here in Lower Hutt. And Miramar Rangers building early spell of possession through Liam Wood. Be interesting to see how Rangers do shape up today. They've mixed between a back 4 and a back 5 so far this year. Number 3 there is Tian Manuel playing in the middle of the back 3. A long ball over the top is dealt with reasonably comfortably by Albie Kellyhield, rolling it to his captain Isaac Hughes. The Phoenix with their first use of the ball today. Here is Miragas. Inside it comes to Dan Mackay, switching play to the opposite flank for Joe Chiari, driving forward Chiari. Back post crosses in towards Kaylan Noyen. An early opportunity for the Phoenix, well cleared by the Miramar Rangers defence. Down towards the sideline, as you see there, Finn Sermon, number 3, on the bench for the first 3 A-League games of the season. Still only 19 years old, of course. Akers missing the ball there. Here's an opportunity for Charlie Beale, looking to link with Kalen Nguyen. Ball is won back by the Phoenix. Here's Matt Sheridan. Now Noah Karunaratne, who's spent the last few games also sitting on the bench of the A-League side, back today to get some minutes in the legs, the New Zealand Under-19 international. Moragas, back to Hughes, and now Sermon, the New Zealand Under-19's captain at the recent OFC qualifying event in Tahiti. Moragas past Wilson Supadavang, and now Noah Karunaratne finding Charlie Beale. Overlap from Chiari, and the shot is sliced wide for a goal kick. A really good opportunity there early doors for the Wellington Phoenix. And goalkeeper Joe Knowles taking the long way round to collect the ball. Another member of the victorious New Zealand Under-19 side in those qualifiers in Tahiti, Joe Knowles. Wilson Supanavong is also in the Miramar squad, was a member of that side, along with a big majority of these Phoenix reserves players. Watson holding the ball up. Tobin unable to clear. Headed that time by Tian Manuel, who of course has two brothers who regularly feature for this Wellington Phoenix reserve side, Jackson and Riley, both unavailable today, as the ball is played over the top towards Riley Bidwar. Bidwar laying it off to Moragas. Manages to beat Tobin with ease. Supthanavong is able to clear the ball for a Wellington Phoenix throw-in as the rain starts to descend here at Fraser Park. It's a warm, muggy day, but a real prevailing heavy wind across the ground, and now a little shower as Chiari playing the ball down the line to Kalen Nguyen. Defended by Liam Wood, former Phoenix Academy player. Challenged that time by Andy Bevan is a good one. Suthanavong cannot escape. Sorry, that's Manuel. Now Matt Sheridan back into Dan Mackay. And out through the captain, Isaac Hughes, finding Moragas. Karunaratne facing forward, and referee Calvin Berg gives the first free kick of the day to the Wellington Phoenix reserve side in a dangerous position. Be interesting to see how they set up from these set pieces with the wind and the rain. Sermon and Hughes heading forward. It'll be the left foot of Moragas to deliver. Out swinging delivery is in towards Noah Karunaratne, unable to turn the ball goalwards. And the goal kick is given, so Miramar with an opportunity to build out. Here's Josh Rogerson playing in the middle of that back three. Tobin with a left-footed ball over the top towards Mason Smith, headed back by Hughes. Now an opportunity for Miramar to drive forward through George Akers on that left foot of his. Akers playing the ball into Mason Smith. Now Tian Manuel. Here is the so experienced Andy Bevan finding Max Falconer. Tobin playing the ball wide. Here is a delivery from Supthanavong, cleared away by Sheridan. And an opportunity for Bidwar. Good, well defended in the end by Liam Wood. It had to be as well. Tian Manuel had time and space to turn, choosing to play backwards to Akers. And then switching play out to Patrick Tobin there on the right-hand side of this Miramar back three. Joe Knowles onto his left foot, clipping towards Bevan. Ball over the top to Mason Smith is initially defended by Sermon, and a strike from Sam Mason Smith is tipped over the bar by LB Kelly Heald, but an early opportunity for Miramar out of nothing. And that really sums up the quality of Sam Mason Smith, holding up Sermon. And that right-footed strike was dealt with in the end by the goalkeeper. So perhaps a little bit of rustiness there for Finn Sermon. He hasn't played in a number of weeks, of course, being in the A-League squad in a very competitive centre-back battle as Akers delivers straight into the goal. George Akers from the corner is over the top of everybody. This seems to be a common feature in games that I call in this National League campaign. Direct from the corner in swing and 1-0 to Miramar Rangers. You can see there, LB Kelly Hield had a really good side of the ball. He'll be really disappointed there, the goalkeeper. And well, there you go. George Akers with the goal. The score is 1-0 to Miramar. Of course, those who watched last year's South Central Series campaign will remember the horrendous broken leg suffered by George Akers in a game against Wellington Olympic at David Farrington Park. So wonderful to see him back in action. I watched him a couple of times during the winter on his return from injury, and great to see him back in this Miramar side, the number 10, and scoring his first goal of this National League campaign. A very interesting, I suppose, goal-scoring situation for both sides in that they have a number of players who have scored one goal and nobody scored more than that. So Akers joins Sam Mason-Smith, Jimmy Murdoch-Gibbs, Josh Rogerson and Hamish Watson is scoring one goal so far in the National League Championship. Here is Andy Bevan in his favoured left-hand side pocket. Unable to drive forward on that occasion. Liam Wood switching out now through Josh Rogerson, former Western Suburbs player, had a spell overseas as well in Europe, and now back playing for Miramar in New Zealand's National League. Chiari recycling the ball to Sermon. And here is Isaac Hughes. Moragas. And Hughes, Dan Mackay now getting on the ball. He's dropped in between the two centre-backs to try and perhaps open the pitch a little bit. You'll see Miramar pressing with their two number 9s, Mason Smith and Watson. Mackay dropping in to try and stretch those two. See if the Phoenix can find any forward passes into the dangerous number 10s, Charlie Beale and Noah Kurunaratne. Here is Hughes. Moragas. Who unfortunately dribbles the ball over the line there. Head coach Steve Coleman not too impressed there. A throw in for Tobin, looking down the line towards Watson, flicking it on towards Mason Smith. Defended by Sermon, seemed to have been fouled, and the referee does award the free kick. And 10 minutes gone here, or just under, at Fraser Park. The rain seems to have subsided a little bit since that heavy shower we had just earlier. Here is Akers finding Andy Bevan. Bevan inside, right-footed passes, intercepted by Matt Sheridan, who has spent the majority of the season playing at right full-back for the Wellington Phoenix reserve side in the Central League, with Finn Conchi and Dan Mackay dominating the two holding midfield roles, with Conchi on the bench today. So an opportunity for Sheridan to cement his position as Watson shoots from range. Well, you wouldn't put it past Hamish Watson to score from there. We've seen him do it plenty of times, trying to catch goalkeeper LB Kelly Hield off his line. 20 goals in the Central League for Hamish Watson, so not only the player of the season in the Central League, but also the Golden Boot. 20 goals, a very impressive return for the former Wellington Phoenix striker, former All Whites international as well. As Hughes looks for the long direct pass, unable to connect, and a goal kick for Miramar Rangers. Knowles building the ball out to Liam Wood. Wood finds Akers looking down the line towards Mason Smith, who receives the ball under good pressure from Sheridan, who wins the ball back for his side. Here's Dan Mackay. Back to Sheridan. Rolling the ball into the feet of Chiari. Back to Sheridan. Now Sermon. Out through Hughes. Hughes into Moragas. Miramar not pressing too high up the pitch or with any particular aggression. Happy to wait for the Wellington Phoenix to come onto them and try and link those dangerous passes through what is a pretty packed midfield area. That ball there from Hughes is a good one into Beale. Finds Mackay. Moragas running over the top now, the left full back. Rolling the ball down the line into Kaylan Nguyen. One of the two strikers in this Phoenix side today. Operating in their 4-4-2 formation. Mackay with an opportunity to shoot from 20 metres and well held in the end by his New Zealand teammate Joseph Knowles. Of course, we saw Dan Mackay score a couple of absolute screamers in that tournament in Tahiti. Great hold-up play here by Watson, driving forward. So elusive with his dribbling, although Dan Mackay does well in the end to turn the ball over. And the Phoenix have an opportunity to settle and build again through Hughes. Hughes finding Sheridan. Sermon now into Chiari. Back to Sermon. You can hear Liam Wood demanding his side to get further up the pitch, which allows Hughes to play the left-footed ball over the top. Easily dealt with again by Miramar Rangers. And here is Rogerson. Now Tobin driving the ball into Watson. Ball around the corner. Looked to be a very dangerous run for the run of Supandavong. Just couldn't quite link it together that time. Chiari, ball in the back now to Riley Bidwar. So dangerous is Bidwar. Earning a corner for his side. First opportunity for the Wellington Phoenix from the corner. See what they have planned during the week. Here it'll be taken by Lucas Moragas. The left back with a left-footed in-swinger. And towards the near post, headed clear by Wood. Beale recycling the ball to Sheridan. Now through Joe Chiari. Sheridan again into Charlie Beale with space to deliver on the right-hand side. Beale, what a ball that is! And headed just wide of the far post by Kaylan Nguyen. He'll be disappointed with himself, Nguyen. A great ball in from Charlie Beale. Nguyen unable to add his second goal of the National League campaign on that occasion. Rogerson into Woods, outwards to Akers, looking to spray the ball into Watson. The layoff is a little bit light from Watson. They've earned the throw in here, though, Miramar. Here's Akers. Manuel. Akers again. Woods through Rogerson. Max Falconer, the number 7, dropping in between the two centre-backs. So seems to be that Miramar are playing a back 5 out of possession and a back 4 in possession, which is going to create some interesting shapes for the Phoenix side. See in position, or out of position, sorry, Tobin will come across to play almost as a right-sided centre-back in a back of a back 5. Ball in behind now to Nguyen, is swept up by Knowles. And again, an opportunity for Miramar. So neither side really applying any form of heavy pressure as the other looks to build out from the back. 1-0 the score here at Fraser Park. Another National League men's game going on as we speak. Wellington Olympic have just taken a 3-1 lead away at Napier City Rovers. Goal scored by Gianni Bazooka. Sorry, no it wasn't. It was scored by Jesse Randall. Mason Smith, ball intercepted by Beale, only as far as Tian Manuel. And a real spread of the Manuel brothers throughout the Central League. Of course, as mentioned before, Jackson Manuel has played for the Phoenix Reserves as well as a couple of appearances for the Wellington Phoenix first team in last year's Hyundai A-League. Whilst Riley Manuel has spent the winter playing his football at North Wellington and signed for the reserves of the Wellington Phoenix for this National League campaign. Here is Sheridan playing out to Sermon. Chiari back to Sermon. Now Hughes looking to drive in the left side of centre back. He's given plenty of room to do so by Miramar. Finds Chiari. Not a lot of width here for the Phoenix Reserves at the moment. Certainly playing very central, which I would suggest suits Miramar in their defensive block shape that you can see now. Ball to Moragas is a poor control there from Lucas Moragas. Perhaps expect a little bit better from someone who is a full-time professional in the game. Certainly had an impressive couple of weeks to start the A-League season. As the ball is played through by Nguyen into Charlie Beale, working towards the byline, but a goal kick. The goal kick in the end is given by Calvin Berg. As mentioned, Moragas starting the season for the side for the first team of the Wellington Phoenix, having joined on loan from Newcastle Jets. Unable to play against his parent club last week and staying in New Zealand this week to get some more minutes under his belt. Displaced in that A-League side by Sam Sutton. And here is Moragas again under pressure from Wilson Soupthanavong. And Soupthanavong has an opportunity driving towards the byline to deliver to Andy Bevan, and it's scored, I think, in the end by Sam Mason-Smith. And Miramar Rangers take a 2-0 lead here at Fraser Park. And another mistake by Moragas. He'll be disappointed with that. Pinpoint delivery by Soupthanavong, and it was finished by the danger man, Sam Mason-Smith. 7 goals for him in the Central League, and now his second goal in the National League campaign puts Rangers 2-0 up after 20 minutes here in Lower Hutt. You have to say, the Phoenix, the undoing of themselves for the 2 goals. The corner, of course, should have really been dealt with by the goalkeeper, and that second goal there, as mentioned, Moragas will be very disappointed with himself that he gave the ball away in a dangerous situation. Here is Knowles sending the ball long. Massive punt on him up towards the edge of the Wellington Phoenix 18-yard area. Here's Watson laying it back into Akers. Akers puts his foot on the ball as they look to build the other way now through Rogerson. Ball into Soupthanavong. The Phoenix have possession of the ball once more. Ball drilled wide by Sermon to Chiari. Now Hughes driving in. Looking for the run of Moragas in the back. Another long ball by the Wellington Phoenix that rolls out for a goal kick. I think that'll that particular tactic might be put to bed for the next little while. The long ball over the top, skidding off this turf, and the wind as well, carrying the ball a little bit longer than Isaac Hughes had anticipated. Knowles with an opportunity to put his boot through it. Well won there by Dan Mackay. Beale and Akers fighting for the ball. Touched by Bidwar. Able to link with Mackay. Now Sheridan back into Sermon. Sermon out to Hughes as they look to build down this left-hand side. Moragas. Hughes under pressure by Sam Mason-Smith. Now Watson stepping in to Finn Sermon. Chiari with a very calm pass under pressure from Bevan. Opportunity again for Chiari, beating Bevan down the line and driving forward, finding Charlie Beale, number 10. Beale finds Mackay. Nice bit of play here from the Wellington Phoenix as they look to build up over halfway through Moragas. Ball into the feet of Nguyen. Dan Mackay. Sheridan under pressure from Watson. Here is Sheridan with the ball wide to Chiari. Wide on this right-hand side at Fraser Park. Sheridan now to see what he can deliver. Clever movement from Beale, but unable to link his pass into Riley Bidwar. Cleared by Akers towards Watson. Foul by Manuel on Sheridan, and referee Calvin Berg looks for the advantage, but nothing there. So the Phoenix are given the free kick. Choose to play it short, Sheridan. Now Mackay. Lovely ball towards Bidwar. Was well cleared by Akers. Now here's Karunaratne, who we haven't seen much of so far this afternoon, the danger man. Moragas reclaims the ball for his side. Lucas Moragas down the left-hand side with a ball in towards Nguyen. Well claimed in the end by Joseph Knowles. Knowles making the most of the 6 seconds. And another long kick up towards Watson, who tries to hold the ball up under pressure from Sermon. Charlie Beale into face forward, well dealt with by Tiana Manuel. Here's Liam Wood, now Max Falconer. Josh Rogerson back into Falconer. Wood, the left side is centre back. Very experienced campaigner now for Miramar Rangers. Manuel, you'd think maybe had the opportunity to turn and play forward there, but choosing to keep the ball with his back line. Falconer on the ball now, finds Tian Manuel, back into Max Falconer. Playing the ball into the feet of Watson. Switch of play from the big man is out for a goal kick in the end. Ball boy Patrick James delivering the ball quickly to LB Kelly Hill so that the Phoenix can get the play underway. And here is Dan Mackay. This is the story of the first half, really, for the Phoenix so far. Able to comfortably build from the back, but unable to really penetrate this Miramar defensive system. Certainly a very solid one. A line of blue and black shirts in front of the Phoenix midfielders. Here's Mackay looking to Nguyen. Holds the ball up nicely, Nguyen. His ball outside to Moragas is a sloppy one, though. Here is Mackay. Back to Hughes. Sermon out to Chiari, who has plenty of time and space, the right full-back. Mackay again. Driving the ball wide to his right full-back, Joe Chiari. Andy Bevan is working down the pitch to defend that left-hand edge from Miramar as Mackay looks to link with Nguyen, who loses his footing. Mackay unable to collect the ball in the second opportunity as Falconer finds the feet of Mason Smith. Back towards Akers. T.R. Manuel again, recycling possession to his centre-backs. Josh Rogerson out to Tobin, who again looking to play the long ball over the top to Hamish Watson, who's got the beating of Finn Sermon. Mason Smith now towards the byline, opportunity to stand a cross up if he can. He does, towards the back post, and well defended there by Finn Sermon. Manuel and Falconer linking up again. Here's George Akers, opportunity to deliver from deep here. Akers in towards Watson. Great clearance there from Isaac Hughes, and now the Phoenix with an opportunity on the counter-attack through Noah Karunaratne. Switching the ball out to Charlie Beale, the number 10. Beale running inside, looking for support, looking to feed the ball through to Moragas, unfortunately unable to do so on that occasion. Great to see the counter-attacking threat of the Phoenix reserves after some really nice build-up play from Miramar Rangers. And again, Joseph Knowles, the goalkeeper, using up as much time as he possibly can. Drilled over halfway, Watson fouls Isaac Hughes. That looked a reasonably soft decision. Not sure what Watson was expected to do there. The big number 9. And here is Isaac Hughes. Now Finn Sermon playing the ball wide into Joe Chiari, and now Karunaratne looks to have swapped sides with Charlie Beale for the time being. Here's Dan Mackay. Hughes again. Very narrow, the two Wellington Phoenix centre-backs, which means it's a very long pass from them out to their full-backs. This pass in particular. No pressure on Chiari as he receives the ball. Just think the Phoenix lacking a little bit of moving off the ball to run in behind and try and stretch this Miramar defence. Example there, as the Phoenix are unable to link the pass through Bidwar, and now Watson again. Although it's a poor giveaway from Hamish Watson, and not, again, a little bit sloppy in some of his play to this point, Watson. Perhaps not getting much sleep at home after the birth of his newborn. Just a couple of little passes that you'd think he'd want to link a little bit better than he has so far, as Manuel builds out on the right-hand side through Josh Rogerson. Now Wood driving in, looking to see if he can penetrate this Phoenix defensive line. Akers standing very flat, the fullback, trying to draw the wide Wellington Phoenix midfielders out. And that occasion, Karunaratne was drawn out to him. And you'll see the same thing on the opposite side here with Tobin, the fullback. Very, very flat, and trying to attract the Phoenix out towards him so that he can play that long ball in behind. That chipped pass in between midfield defence that Phoenix haven't been able to deal with so far. Watson and now Manuel again looking to rebuild the play here are Miramar Rangers. Akers again very flat, drawing Karunaratne out towards the ball. There's a little lull here in the game as Miramar secure the ball once more. Rogerson switching it to Wood. Wood is turned around and has to play back towards Falconer, cleared by Knowles. Good pressure from Karunaratne, and a good win there by the captain Isaac Hughes. Bevan with a little flick to Akers, and now Andy Bevan linking with Sam Mason Smith, driving forward here at the number 14. Playing into Watson. Again, little sloppy touch from Watson, and Sermon getting his body into a good position and drawing the foul there from the Miramar Rangers number 9. So a goal in the other National League men's game at Park Island in Napier. Napier City Rovers have just scored. The score in that one is now 3-2 to Wellington Olympic. Here's Sheridan. Well tackled that time by Tobin, and now an opportunity for Bevan. Chiari across on the cover. Bevan driving inside, finding George Akers. Ball's a little overhit. Akers unable to do anything other than let the ball out for a goal kick. The Phoenix again, building from the back. Mackay, really poor pass from Dan Mackay, out for a throw-in. So the tail of the half really is this sort of build-up pattern from both sides. Neither team really looking to press with any real aggression or intent, giving each other time and space to build up from the back. Both teams also unable to break each other down really in this open play. This long pass, maybe the one that does it though. Sukvanavong does extremely well to keep the ball in. Well tackled there by Moragas. Ball down the line to Beale, and now Mackay facing forward. Dan Mackay playing the long ball over the top to Kaylan Noyan, who holds the ball up under pressure from Liam Wood. Taking a while here for Miramar to work down the pitch. It was actually Bidwar who held the ball up nicely. Moragas again giving the ball away in a dangerous position, but Sam Mason-Smith is offside. Assistant referee Isaac Trevis on the far side there of Fraser Park. Sermon out to Chiari. You'll hear the Miramar backline instructing their players to stay nice and narrow, forcing and allowing the Phoenix to play into wide areas of the pitch and cutting off these central spaces where the Phoenix are trying to create overloads with their holding midfielders and their advanced midfielders and two number 9s as well. A very, very narrow system that the Phoenix employ, which Miramar are doing really well to nullify to this point. Have to think maybe a little bit more attacking impetus required from the Phoenix. From their fullbacks will be the ones who can try and light the game up. Karunaratne finding the feet of Beale. Now Mackay switching play out to the fullbacks we just mentioned in Joe Chiari. Chiari inside onto his left foot and giving the ball away. Poor pass there. Sheridan getting the ball in quickly. Let's play with a little bit more intent here, the Phoenix, a little bit more ball speed. Try and drag Miramar out of the defensive shape that they're sitting in so easily. Sermon with the long ball to Bidwar, who's one-on-one with Wood. Good defending that occasion by Liam Wood. Now Joe Chiari. Chiari back to Bidwar. Bidwar back to Sermon. Sermon out the other side now through Mackay. You can see head coach Scott Hales instructing his players to get narrower. You can hear the voice of assistant coach Cale Herbert as well. Chiari, again, the Phoenix unable to break in the wide areas of the pitch as Hughes linking nicely with Beale. Sheridan, though, with a poor touch, giving the ball away and then fouling Max Falconer. Coach Steve Coleman on the sideline, not particularly impressed with the quality of the work from his Phoenix reserve side so far. Also see some changes potentially at half-time for the Phoenix. Finn Conti, as mentioned, played a lot of games this season in the holding midfield role and done an excellent job. He's available to them on the bench. Josh Rudland, who is their top scorer in the Central League with 8 goals, he is also available to come off the bench and add some quality. Ben Wallace has scored in the National League for the Phoenix as well, and Adam Supik, a regular at left back. Probably less likely to see him today. The first team player, Lucas Maragas, dropping down. Miramar have a number of experienced players on the bench as well, including Scott Midgley and Jimmy Murdoch-Gibbs. So options for both teams. Of course, this Miramar side really having to dig deep into their depth, missing a number of players who've played such a key role in their Central League campaign where they finished second. I'll come back to that in a moment as the Phoenix opportunity to break is broken up there by Max Falconer. Players such as Hugo Delhomel, Saul Milanovic unavailable today. Sam Dewar, another one who is not in the squad today. A number of players who Miramar have relied on throughout the season. Ryan Foyt's another one. Aaron Spain, Harris, Zeb, Owen Barnett. It really has been a season of chopping and changing. Juan Gutkek. Here they are, 2-0 up over the Phoenix reserves, really showing their depth and quality. Sheridan chipping the ball out to the right-hand side. Chiari unable to control. Bevan looking to link with Akers. Ball is out over the sideline off Noah Karunaratne. Wood under pressure from Nguyen. Knowles out to Josh Rogerson driving in. Big switch of play from Rogerson. Getting Bevan past Chiari, but cleared in the end by Finn Sermon. He probably had a little bit more time than he realised there, Finn Sermon. Could have put his foot on the ball and tried to keep possession for his side. Karunaratne turning the ball over off Andy Bevan. Here is Noah Karunaratne, exciting when he's on the run. Now finding Charlie Beale, who's dangerous from this position. Beale finds Maragas over the top. Maragas back to Beale, and Charlie Beale will be disappointed to have put that opportunity wide. For the Phoenix reserves, their best moment of the first half. And unfortunately, Charlie Beale just unable to turn that opportunity goalwards. Good to see the Phoenix really coming into the game. Miramar again looking for those target players that they have at their disposal in Mason Smith and Watson. Nice footwork here by Supanthavong, but can only find goalkeeper Albie Kelly-Heald. Sermon. Now Hughes. Supanthavong putting pressure on. Mackay turning and driving past Mason Smith. Ball into Bidwar is a hard one to control. Again, the Phoenix playing very narrow and playing into some very difficult areas of the pitch. Miramar have done a great job of just camping really in that middle sort of section of the field and turning over any loose passes or poor touches from the Phoenix players. Karunaratne stepping onto Wood, who plays another wonderful pass into the chest of Watson. Controls it like an absolute pillow as Akers looks to the near post, cleared again by Finn Sermon. Sermon got a good run of games in the A-League last year for the Phoenix. In the absence of the likes of Josh Laws, a couple of injuries at fullback as well meant that Tim Payne was required to play at right back or also in a back three. Great experiences for Finn Sermon, still only 19 years old, the former Selwyn United player. Chiari sending the ball up to halfway. Throw in for Miramar Rangers. 5 minutes till the Oranges break here at Fraser Park. Be interesting to see if the Phoenix can pull a goal back or if Miramar can maybe kill this game off before half-time with a third. Foul there from Chiari on Watson. Free kick here, George Akers. Looks like they'll load up the back post area here, Miramar. And a sign of how windy it is here at Fraser Park, that the ball won't stay still for the free kick. George Akers managing to perch it nicely here. Driven in straight at the towering frame of Albie Kelly-Heald. Absolutely humongous goalkeeper, 17 years old. And here now is Sheridan. Chiari. Ball to Karunaratne, who's well marked there by Te Manuel, and a throw in for Miramar again. So sloppiness, mistakes by the Phoenix. Sure, head coach Chris Greenacre is tuning in from somewhere. As mentioned, he's not here today. He is with the A-League side. He's the assistant coach in the absence of Giancarlo Italiano, who has COVID. I'm sure Chiefy is also tuning in today, wishing him all the best in his recovery and wishing Greenie all the best for his match. A-League game tomorrow against Melbourne City. But he will be frustrated with what he's seen so far as Miramar again able to break over halfway. Akers. No real pressure applied to him there by Sheridan or Chiari. Now Falconer can't link the play to Mason Smith, and Moragas takes off. The left full back, explosive. Playing the ball down the line to Kalen Nguyen, and good clearance there by Josh Rogerson on the sliding tackle. Coach Scott Hales screaming for 2 balls on the field. Referee says play on. Here is Chiari coming inside again. The right full back. You get the feeling that the space for Chiari is down the line, trying to stretch Miramar out as wide as possible, but instead he chooses to take the ball inside again, which really playing into Miramar's hands. Here is Hughes. Ball down the line to Moragas. Tobin, the defender, across to try and deal with him. And again, well defended that time. It was Wilson Supthavong who did a good job of getting back on defence there. Now Moragas again. Mackay. Back to Hughes. Pressure there by Sam Mason-Smith. Chipped from the wing, and Mason-Smith has scored an absolute worldie. What a goal from the Miramar Rangers, number 14, Sam Mason-Smith. You will not see a better goal than that in this National League Championship. I am putting money on it. That is an incredible strike from the number 14. Turns the ball over off Hughes, and then chipping the ball from the right-hand sideline, at least 30 metres out from goal. Nothing Albie Kelly-Heald could do about it. What an incredible goal we have seen. Miramar Rangers 3, Wellington Phoenix 0. What a goal from Sam Mason-Smith. His second of the day, but that one there will live long in the memory of those who have seen it. Incredible goal. Well, I think everyone at Fraser Park might just need a moment to to straighten themselves up after that incredible strike from the Miramar striker. Done it for a number of years, Sam Mason-Smith, across a number of clubs, Hawke's Bay United, Team Wellington, Miramar Rangers. That really was something special. And as mentioned, I will put money that we won't see a better goal than that in the championship this year. And another opportunity for Bevan, challenged by Sermon, all ball on that occasion. Miramar really putting the Phoenix to the sword now. Here is Sheridan looking to escape the pressure. Hughes, ball out to Moragas. And again, it was that left-hand side from the Phoenix that created the goal for Miramar. Moragas too far advanced in attack, unable to recover. Poor ball he played back to Hughes. Poor control from Hughes and dispossessed by Mason-Smith to score the goal. But again, mistakes by Lucas Moragas and Isaac Hughes have led to the Miramar goals. And that'll be what disappoints Steve Coleman and the Wellington Phoenix coaching staff the most, is the fact that all 3 goals really were preventable and only created by their own mistakes as the wind and rain lashes across Fraser Park. Referee Calvin Berg only adding 1 minute at the end of this first half. Half time here at Fraser Park. The score is Wellington Phoenix Reserves 0, Miramar Rangers 3.
At Ford, we're always looking towards the future. So while we're proud of our range of vehicles, we're even prouder of being the first company to support not only the football ferns, but the next generation. And the legends we grew up wanting to be.
We believe in supporting and nurturing our extended sporting whānau, working towards promoting a healthy group activity that kids, parents and friends love. We want everyone to feel invited. It is in our DNA. We are accessible to all. We are football in Aotearoa. We are the beautiful game and we are proud to be the largest sporting whānau in New Zealand.
The FIFA Women's World Cup is coming to the shores of Aotearoa, New Zealand in 2023. Uniting Aotearoa, it offers an unprecedented opportunity to make our game bigger, better and bolder for everyone, especially for girls and women. Its legacy starts now. Our Leverage and Legacy plan will supercharge football in Aotearoa, grounded in two principles. Mana Wahine, elevating the spirit and mana of Wahine. And Tūranga Waiwai, our place of belonging, our foundation, our home. Built on 4 po or pillars. The power of opportunities, whakamana. Partnerships, mana ngātahi. Pathways, ara. And tiaki, people and places. Committed to the people and the land of Aotearoa, New Zealand, this plan leads the way by breaking barriers, paves the way for future generations, grows and strengthens the game through meaningful relationships, and creates a game for all and a place of connection. With Aotearoa united, legacy starts now.
Welcome back to Fraser Park for the second half here of the Round 5 National League Championship game between Wellington Phoenix Reserves and Miramar Rangers. The score at half-time, commanding lead for Miramar. They are 3-0 ahead. Couple of, one particularly incredible strike by Sam Mason-Smith right near the end of that first half. Two goals scored by Mason-Smith in that first half, as well as a goal direct from an in-swinging corner by George Akers, the left fullback from Miramar Rangers. 3-0 the score. You'll see the Phoenix already out on the pitch. By the looks of that, you would suggest that Steve Coleman's halftime team talk was short and sweet. Perhaps maybe not that sweet. It'll be interesting to see if they have made any changes. They have. I can see number 16, Finn Conchi, is on in place of number 2, Joe Chiari, which will mean a change of positions. Matt Sheridan, who played the first half in holding midfield, will shoot out to the right fullback position, where he's played the majority of his football this winter. And Finn Conchi back to partner Dan Mackay in the holding midfield role. Conchi, a wonderful ball-playing midfielder who might just give the Phoenix the opportunity to be a little bit more decisive in possession. They've been playing very narrow, and that's certainly played into the hands of Miramar Rangers, who've set up to defend the central areas of the pitch very well. Don't notice any other changes for the Phoenix. See if Miramar have made any changes. Doesn't look like they have. As fourth official, Corey Mills, shows the substitutions board for that Phoenix change. So Chiari off, Conchi on, Sheridan to right back. We'll see if that change provides the impetus that the Wellington Phoenix need to get back into this game. The rain is light. It's not as heavy as it was earlier. It's certainly a little bit lighter, and the wind has died down a little at Fraser Park as well. Wellington Phoenix Reserves in the yellow strip, playing from right to left in the second half, and we are underway the second half here at Fraser Park. Skipper Isaac Hughes clipping the ball up towards Caelan Noyen, headed clear by Liam Wood. Well dealt with there by the Miramar defence. Out for a throw-in. Here is Moragas. Now Hughes on the ball, switching out to Finn Sermon. And Sermon into Sheridan, who's back into that right fullback position that he's made his own this year. Conchi with his first touch. Now Hughes into Moragas, under pressure there by Wilson Sopithavong. He's had a lively first half as well. Sermon into Sheridan, looking to play down the line to Riley Bidwar. Throw in given off the shins of Liam Wood. Sheridan back to Sermon. Pressure again from Soup Thanavong. Mason-Smith looking to challenge Sermon, who clips the ball forward to Bidwar, who's really only had scraps to deal with today. Riley Bidwar, the number 9 for the Phoenix. And here is the number 9 for Miramar Rangers, Hamish Watson, driving through midfield. Ball out to the left to Sam Mason-Smith, well defended by Sermon, and Mason-Smith with a strike. Very well held by the goalkeeper, Albie Kelly-Heald, who had to make sure that one stuck. Otherwise, Hamish Watson perfectly positioned to tap it in. Confidence building start to the second half for the Phoenix number 1. Sheridan looking for the run of Noyen, intercepted by Liam Wood. Now Akers. Wood chipping the ball forward towards Watson. Again, doing a great job of winning the first ball and leaving a little bit on, I think that's Dan Mackay. And just a little knock to the head here for Mackay, and all precautions will be taken. As physio Corey Glover coming onto the field to check on Mackay's well-being. And Mackay will head off the field for a further assessment here. Drop ball here, referee Calvin Berg. And Hamish Watson as well off the field at the moment, the number 9. So perhaps he has just picked up a little knock in that challenge with Mackay. So he's off the field as well, just being treated there by the Miramar Rangers physio. And again, Miramar looking to drop their fullbacks really, really deep and try and pull the Phoenix out of position, although the Phoenix not biting at this point. Here is Tobin looking to stab the ball forward into Mason Smith. Falconer with the header, intercepted by Hughes, and now Mackay, well tackled by Tia Manuel. No foul, says the referee. Watson still off the pitch. Dan Mackay is back on. Looks like maybe Watson is being treated for some blood under the chin. And see the Miramar Rangers physio getting the strapping tape up, so we could be in for some interesting strapping on the head of Hamish Watson in the second half. Real Terry Butcher style, you can see on the other side of the pitch there, getting strapped from the top of his head under his chin and around his ears. Very interesting look as Tobin sees Moragas over the sideline.
Noah, down on Wilson's toes. Hodge, down here. Guys, down.
Throw in by Tobin. Moragas is wrestled there by Mason Smith. Ball chipped over the top by Sopanathavong, but easily dealt with by Albie Kelly-Heald. Still waiting for Hamish Watson to return to the field. Conchi. And now Hughes. Here's a Moragas. Ball into the feet of Noah Karunaratne. Inside pass to Conchi. Now Charlie Beale. Beale into Sheridan. Sheridan across goal, and the Phoenix have scored. What a finish that is. I think it's Riley Bidwar. It is. And the change of shape at halftime by coach Steve Coleman has led to instant dividends for his side. Wonderful delivery here by Sheridan. Beautiful finish from Riley Bidwar at the near post. And the Phoenix are back in this game. 3-1 now the score. And it was wonderful play from the Phoenix through midfield, through Finn Conchi, out towards Sheridan. And his quality of delivery, the difference as we see Hamish Watson back on the field. What does he look like? He looks like he's got a diaper on his head. One of the more entertaining things you'll see. Hopefully that stemmed the flow of blood, though. I'd love him to score off that new piece of kit he's got on his bonds. Here is Supanadong finding Mason Smith, and now Bevan into the box, challenged by Mackay and Conchi, and now it comes out to Manuel. Beautiful pass into Andy Bevan. Now Tobin. Back to Rogerson, and now Wood. They keep demanding Max Falconer to come and drop in between the two centre-backs and drop the full-backs really deep, Miramar. Trying to create holes in pockets and pull the Phoenix out, but hasn't really happened to this point. Miramar's 3 goals having come from broken play and set pieces as opposed to any sort of controlled possession. Watson's also changed his shirt number for those that were keeping count. He was number 9, he's now number 17, so obviously some blood on that shirt. So he is in the number 17 strip. And he's not hard to miss with that new piece of strapping. Here's Falconer, dispossessed by Nguyen. Karunaratne, referee gives a foul. That, not quite sure what he saw there, referee Berg, but a free kick nonetheless. Be Josh Rogerson to get us back underway through Liamwood. Falconer again, dropping in between the two centre halves. Don't tend to use him while he's there though. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is for him dropping so deep. Rogerson, now Falconer. Falconer into Wood. Just keeping the ball really comfortably here, Miramar Rangers. Now Rogerson looking for the longer pass over the top. Well dealt with by Hughes. Watson putting pressure on Conchi. Dodgy pass back from Conchi. Cleared by Kelly Hill. That looked a foul from Watson on Hughes there as he went straight through the back of him. And no foul on that occasion either from Karunaratne. That looked like he had a little tug of Max Falconer's shirt. The referee says nothing doing. And Conchi gets us underway. Driving forward, Conchi looking for the run of Bidwar. It's going to be too heavy. Hits the corner flag and out for a throw-in. So an opportunity for the Phoenix to push Miramar back deep into their half. Tobin it is with the throw-in. Looking towards Watson. Flicks the ball up into the air. And a throw-in here for the Phoenix. I have to say I've never seen strapping like the strapping that is currently on the head of Hamish Watson. It can't stop myself from laughing. Here is Akers looking for the ball into space. Andy Bevan winning the flick on, but unable to keep the ball on play. Goal kick. Now Sermon driving on into Conchi's feet, out to Moragas. Pressure from Sup Thanavong is applied, but Phoenix still with an opportunity to switch the play. Now through Sheridan. Long ball down the line towards Bidwar, swirling in the wind here at Fraser Park. Ball is smashed back over the top. Watson has done a great job of holding that up off Isaac Hughes. Hamish Watson, reminiscent of a rugby player almost there. Watson as he fends away the pressure of Hughes and keeps the ball for his side. Here is Akers, drilling the ball straight into Finn Conchi, and an opportunity for the Phoenix to break here through the dangerous Noah Karunaratne. Karunaratne inviting Conchi onto the ball. Phoenix have come out with a bit of life in the second half. Here's Charlie Beale with a cut back to Bidwar. Back post to Moragas. Great block there by Tobin. Wow, the Phoenix have really come to life at the start of the second half. Opportunity there from Moragas to pull them back to within a single goal. Well defended by Miramar Rangers in the end. Again, winning the ball back. Good challenge there. Russ Moragas, he's gone down. The referee says play on, and now the Phoenix reserves looking to build again through Mackay. And now Conchi under pressure from Mason Smith. Mackay again with a lovely pass, just unable to link it with number 11, Kaylan Nguyen, who's been quiet today, Nguyen. Normally a very effective presence running into the channels and chasing some longer passes, but probably not the day for that, to be fair, with the wind. Putting pressure on Rogerson. Great challenge. Referee says it's a foul. Probably was a little bit unorthodox, let's say. He's certainly left something on Rogerson there. It's good to see some intent there from Kaylan Nguyen to try and wrestle the ball back for his side as Joe Knowles. Interesting. I'm not sure exactly how Joe Knowles has ended up at Miramar. Of course, New Zealand football operates under a FIFA-imposed transfer window, which normally means you can't transfer players in and out of the squads coming into the National League campaign. assume maybe perhaps a slight change of the rules based on the fact he's a goalkeeper, although Jack de Groot, their starting goalkeeper for the entire Central League season, is on the bench, so can hardly claim it as an injury replacement when de Groot is fit and available. So not exactly sure how Joe Knowles has ended up at Miramar Rangers, but that's for somebody else to deal with, not me. Headed clear by Rogerson towards Watson. Sermon challenging Watson, cleared by Hughes. Now Bidwar laying the ball off to Conchi. Lovely pass into the pocket here for Noah Karunaratne. Karunaratne now driving with the ball, finding Charlie Beale, who's so effective getting in those little half spaces. Here's Sheridan. Great clearance there from Akers in the end. Stretching every sinew in that hamstring to raise his leg high enough to clear that ball away. As the Wellington Phoenix with an in-swinging corner. Similar position to the first half goal that Miramar scored direct. So let's see what they can produce here. Moragas in towards the back post. Was looking for Sermon, but it's overhit. And just while we have a break in play, just a final score coming through from the other Men's National League Championship match taking place at Blue Water Stadium in Napier. The final score there was Wellington Olympic 5, Napier City Rovers 2. A late double there by Jonty Rubos to blow the score out for the visitors. So a very successful week for Wellington Olympic at Blue Water Stadium. Of course, winning the Napier Under-19 Premier Tournament there on Monday, beating Fencibles United in the final. And now their men's first team heading up there and defeating Napier City Rovers in the Men's National League. So a successful few days in the Bay for the Greeks. Here is Conchi now switching the play to Isaac Hughes. Hughes driving the ball out to Moragas. Moragas again forced to play backwards. Now Sermon driving the ball just a little bit ahead of his best mate Matt Sheridan. Two former Selwyn United players in the Phoenix backline, Sheridan and Sermon. And it's Akers throwing down the line towards Watson. Conchi, former Melville player, is getting stuck in there, and just a little knock on the head here. Can't quite see who the player is. Might be Andy Bevan. I think it is Andy Bevan. Just a little bump on the head. Not enough for the physio to be required. And so the Phoenix have possession of the ball again. 60 minutes gone here at a wet, windy, wild Fraser Park in Lower Hutt. Miramar Rangers with a 3-0 lead at half-time. Phoenix scoring early in the second half through Riley Bidwar to bring themselves back into the game. And Miramar have done well since to really stem the flow of the Phoenix attacks. Sheridan. Conchi, back they go again to Phoenix. Sermon. Now Mackay. To Hughes. Hughes driving the ball wide. Moragas one-on-one with Tobin, cutting inside Moragas. Back into Mackay, looking for the switch of play over the head of Bevan, unable to meet Sheridan on that occasion. Watson jumping straight into Finn Sermon as opposed to challenging for the ball there. Referee says no foul, which a little bit surprising, and Miramar come out with a throw-in 10 metres inside the Wellington Phoenix half. Tobin now with the throw-in. Very solid right full back, isn't he? Patrick Tobin. throwing over the head of Karunaratne, and now he has the ball back. Tobin, inside pass to Tian Manuel. George Akers very narrow on that left-hand side. And again, Falconer, well, he looked to drop in between. Then Scott Hales called out, you don't need to do it, and so he went back into midfield. And Tobin drives the ball straight to Conchi. Unable to get the counter-attack started on that occasion, Finn Conchi. So let's see what the Phoenix can muster here, or if maybe Miramar Rangers will go to a change, perhaps off the bench. Scott Midgley shapes up as a very experienced option, central defender. Played a lot of football at this level now. Could be one that they turn to. Here is Bidwire looking to light the game up. Bidwire on his left foot out to Moragas. Poor touch. Cutting across the goal and demanding a handball. The Phoenix, I certainly don't think that was a handball. Moragas' first touch took him away from goal. The Phoenix will have a corner after this change. Just wait to see who it is. It's number 16, Patrick Tobin, who is making his way off, and I would anticipate it's one of Scott Midgley or Harry Choate coming on. Just wait to see what number appears on the pitch for Miramar Rangers. And it is indeed number 13, Scott Midgley, so 30 minutes for Midgley. It'll be interesting to see if he remains at right back. Ball in by Sheridan towards the back post, headed clear. I think Midgley is the man who headed it clear straight away. Moragas looking to force the ball back. Mistake made by Sheridan on this occasion. Mason Smith. And foul given against Sam Mason Smith for the perhaps just a little bit over exuberant with this pressure on Matt Sheridan. So it was Charlie Beale who took the corner. Sheridan covering at halfway for his team. Moragas again. They're starting to get some real change down this left-hand side now to the Phoenix. Moragas in towards Bidwire. Riley Bidwire, great block by Tian Manuel. Now Charlie Beale. Dan Mackay, we know that those two players are capable of scoring from long range. Mackay into Sheridan. Delivering Sheridan to the back post for Moragas. Back across Midgley. Can only see the ball out for a corner. And a corner it is. So Finn Conchi again heading across to this side. I'll get it right third time. It is Finn Conchi taking the in-swinging corners from the side of the pitch. And he will deliver now. Both hands in the air from Conchi. Very, very high and flighted. Watson with the clearance. Beale unable to force the ball back towards goal. Ball now falls to Falconer. He couldn't quite connect his pass. Conchi again. Sheridan. Mackay just looking to slow the play down and get the shape sorted here for the Phoenix reserves. Ball wide now into Sheridan. Sheridan down the line to Charlie Beale. Beale back to Mackay. Mackay into Finn Conchi. Conchi wide to Sheridan. Patient play here from the Wellington Phoenix as they look to assert their dominance on this game. Poor giveaway though by Charlie Beale, and Falconer running away with the ball and earning a throw-in for his side. Certainly seems to be the way at the moment. Phoenix looking to dominate possession of the ball. The Miramar Rangers more than happy to allow them possession in less dangerous areas of the pitch and doing a very good job of disrupting the Phoenix when they get into those more advanced spaces, particularly out wide with the overlapping runs of Moragas, which have really been a feature of their attacking play in the second half. Here is Moragas. Karunaratne manages to reclaim his feet. No foul given. Here is Falconer playing the ball into Midgley, who shows a clean pair of heels here. Scott Midgley charging down the right-hand side, and his ball into the box, unable to be met by a Miramar Rangers attacker. Very good introduction to the game there for the substitute Scott Midgley, looking to support Wilson Superdavong in defending that right-hand side of the pitch that the Phoenix have really started to get some change through with their attacking play through the left fullback of Moragas. Here is Moragas now, charging down the left. Midgley coming across to defend, does well in the end. And now Superdavong clears the ball even further. Here is Conchi, ball in behind towards Bidwar. It's Moragas who holds the ball up to the edge of the box. No Phoenix player in sight though. Well cleared by Rangers. And now Miramar on the drive through Mason Smith. Important challenge by Hughes. Keeps Miramar locked into their own half. Finding it difficult to get out now, the team in blue and black. Here is Karunaratne. Cutting inside, finding Finn Conchi. Shaping to shoot initially, Conchi. Back to Sermon. Looking to keep the pressure on now, the Phoenix. Karunaratne, foul by Tian Manuel, is a little bit aggressive there from the number 3, and he is the first yellow card of the day, Tian Manuel. Certainly nothing nothing over the top there, just looking to win the ball. Karunaratne nipped in front, and a yellow card is given. Just shooting across to the other National League games. As mentioned, Wellington Olympic with a 5-2 win over Napier City Rovers. The Dominion Road derby between Auckland City and Auckland United is now underway, and Auckland United have an early lead. A goal scored by Nicholas Zambrano. And that game is at Auckland United. And so the home side are leading that one by a 1-0. Phoenix here with an opportunity. Moragas delivering and cleared away there by Liam Wood. He had to be really sure of that, Wood, that he didn't smash the ball in towards his own goal. Did well to get the height on it. And it will be delivered here by Conchi. Towards the near post, cleared by Akers. Another opportunity for Conchi in towards the near post. A little bit of pinball there, cleared away by Miramar up towards halfway. Sheridan back to Albie Kelly-Heald, who's been nothing but a bystander in the second half as the Phoenix have looked to dominate possession of the ball. Here is Hughes. Wide now into Moragas. Moragas' pass is given away by Falconer. Hughes and now Conchi. And Dan Mackay. Ball out wide now to Sheridan. Just keeping possession of the ball again. The Phoenix being patient with their position. Ball falls here to Kalen Nguyen. Defended there by Tian Manuel. Sheridan again with a dangerous delivery over the top. Midgley with the header clear. No one attacking the back post on that occasion for the Phoenix. Moragas. Took an awkward fall there, Lucas Moragas. He's regained his feet. Good challenge by Conchi. Conchi to Noah Karunaratne driving in towards the goal. Karunaratne fell by Falconer, and the referee gives the free kick to the Wellington Phoenix. But again, another 10 minutes or so of pressure that Miramar have been able to deal with it to this point. You've got to wonder how much longer this sustained defending can last. And saying that, they haven't really conceded many shots on their goal during this period of time. Goalkeeper Joe Knowles setting up with a wall of 3. Charlie Beale and Moragas, Lucas Moragas standing over the ball. Right foot, left foot option. Number of players lined up towards the back post as well. It will be Moragas swinging it away. Over hits though on this occasion. And again, another mistake by Lucas Moragas and a goal kick to Miramar. And of course with with every set play from now, you would imagine Miramar will take as much time as possible in these moments. Smashed away by Knowles. Watson with the flick. One back by the Phoenix. A couple of changes being lined up. You see assistant coach of the day, Paul Temple. He's organising for the two changes. I can't quite see who they are. I think one might be Ben Wallace. As the ball is played wide to Moragas. Can't link his pass that time with Karunaratne. Now Kelly Heald. Hughes back in to Conchi. Foul on that occasion. So the two substitutes are ready to go at the next opportunity for the Phoenix. So Adam Supik, I think, is one, and Ben Wallace the other. So be interesting to see who comes off for the Phoenix. Ball by Hughes is dealt with nicely by Tiamanu on the second occasion, and now Akers looking to find the feet of his front players. Mason Smith with a ball. It's dealt with by Hughes. Watson providing the running behind, and Hughes can't do anything but clear the ball out for a throw-in, and now an opportunity for the Phoenix to make those changes. And it's the centre-back and the captain, Isaac Hughes. He will be replaced by Adam Supik. So that's one change. We'll see who the other is shortly. Finn Sermon takes the captain's armband. Supik is now on into that left centre-back position. Midgley with the throw-in towards Watson, holding off Karunaratne and earning him a throw-in for his side there, Watson. Midgley again. Flicked by Conch, cleared by Sermon, only to the edge of the box. Bidwar unable to hold the ball for his side. So it's Kayla Noyen is still on, so not quite sure who the other substitute was. Hughes was one. It could have maybe Charlie Beale was the man taken off. No, Beale is in midfield. It was Dan Mackay, in fact, who was replaced by Ben Wallace. And here is Karunaratne driving forward under some very close attention by Scott Midgley. Free kick is given. Here's Beale. So Beale dropping into a more defensive midfield role alongside Conchi, allowing Ben Wallace to come on and play as a right-sided attacking midfielder. Mackay and Hughes, their day is done. And Supik is on now. You can see the wind and the impact it's having even on those ground passes between Hughes and, Supik and Sermon. Here is Wallace, looking to connect his first pass of the day, unable to do so. Ball rolled out by Knowles. And it's Josh Rogerson who can step in with the ball. Now Midgley. Sup Vanavong. Untidy there from the Miramar Rangers number 2. So 15 minutes to go, plus whatever the referee chooses to add. Just under 15 minutes to go. The Phoenix again, building up through Supik. Lovely pass from Supik. It's just overhit. Moragas unable to get there. Will be Scott Midgley looking down the line. This throw-in to Sup Danavong. Not sure how this has ended up being a Phoenix ball. It certainly looked to have either come off a Phoenix player or been a foul. But they have the ball. Here is Conchi. Switching play to Matt Sheridan. Sheridan looking down the line for Nguyen, running into the channel, the number 11, Kaylan Nguyen, and well defended there by Liam Wood. Throw in by Sheridan, looking for Beale, who's ghosted into the box. Beale, Bidwa holding the ball up, can't quite clear their lines. Miramar, they do so eventually. Supik in a good position to defend Mason Smith, who's come away with the ball now, Mason Smith. And he holds the ball up, but playing it out of play. Moragas, ball in. Here is Conchi, heavy touch, great tackle there by Watson. Not something I thought I'd say today. Here is Watson now driving forward with the ball. Cutting past Supik, and his shot is blocked nicely by Supik. Now Max Falconer with an opportunity onto his left foot. Defended by Wallace. Manuel now back to Midgley. Midgley wide into Sup Thinavong, driving inside. Good defending there by Lucas Moragas. Now Noah Karunaratne, switching play to the right full-back, Matt Sheridan, number 13. Driving on with the ball, Sheridan. Ball clipped in behind. Akers with the challenge, and a foul by Nguyen on Akers. Knowles instructing his players further up the park. Headed back there by Wallace, only as far as Manuel, who hooks the ball over his head. Dealt with by Sheridan. And time now for Finn Sermon. Sermon goes to Supik. Supik now to Conchi, and Supik again, driving the ball forward into Lucas Moragas. Supik now. Conchi. Driving forward is Sermon, the skipper. Plays the ball into the feet of Kaylan Nguyen, and now Matt Sheridan. Phoenix keeping Miramar locked in here. Ball across. Unable to jump on it that time as Bidwa. And a substitution here for the Phoenix. And it's Noah Karunaratne who is brought off the field, the number 7. He's struggled in the last few minutes, just maybe run out of legs. So he's replaced by Josh Rudland. So the Phoenix have used all of their available changes, the exception of goalkeeper Callum Kennett, as the wind ferocious across the pitch here at Fraser. Foul by Sheridan on Watson. Referee plays advantage. Akers with the switch of play now. Just over hit. Pass Wilson Sup Thinavong. Not quite sure what is happening off our screens here. Maybe another substitution, this time for Miramar, I would assume. The score remains 1-0 in the Dominion Road derby. Horrific conditions up there in that game in Auckland. 3-1 the score remains here. And another ball out for a goal kick. Into the last 10 minutes or so of play in this round 5 National League Championship match Big 3 points this will be for Miramar Rangers. It'll be their first 3 points of the National League Championship. And will all but end the hopes of the Wellington Phoenix in terms of making those top positions come the end of the campaign. Not over yet though. Here is Supik driving in again, finding Bidwar. Lovely turn from Bidwar. Ball out wide to Moragas, cutting back and chipping the ball in towards the near post. Cleared again by Rogerson. He's been very good today, Josh Rogerson, and a foul there by Moragas is a light one, but enough for referee Calvin Berg to give the free kick to Miramar Rangers. Certainly been very solid, the two Miramar Rangers centre-backs, Liam Wood, I said, not his brother Ben, Liam, and Josh Rogerson have been excellent today, mopping up almost everything in and around their own 18-yard box. Mason Smith has also been fantastic today. Feels a long time ago since he scored that absolute ripper in the first half. Here is Midgley. Lovely little piece of play there by Midgley. Now looking into Hamish Watson, the Central League Golden Boot and Player of the Year. Of course, alongside that, the Central League 11 named on Wednesday night at the Capital Football Sports Awards. And Watson was in that team, along with a couple of other Miramar players who aren't available today. Taylor Shriver, of course, plying his trade now in Melbourne. And Sam Dewar, another one named in that squad, who isn't involved today. Be interesting to see how Miramar go for the remainder of this National League campaign. If they do pick up the 3 points here today, could set them on a little run. Maybe that's all they need, just a little kickstart as we head into the second half of the National League Championship. Supik again, number 15, playing the ball into Finn Sermon. Driving in and playing out to Sheridan. Conchi, now Supik. Supik looking for a little pass into the channel for Bidwar, who's running off the ball as a real asset for this Phoenix side. Moragas back to Supik. Miramar very, very deep now. You can see Watson, Mason Smith, both very deep. Good interception and challenge that time by Falconer, who's had a quiet day today in possession, Falconer, but he's done a lot of good work out of possession. Those little interceptions, little challenges, the number 7. Again, the Phoenix come again. Conchi, ball over the top. Wood deals with the first one. Nguyen does well to get his body in the way. Now Bidwar playing wide to Moragas. Into the boxes, Moragas. Standing the ball up towards the back post, looking for Wallace. Cleared away by Bevan towards Mason Smith. Well challenged there by Matt Sheridan. And the Phoenix come again. Conchi sprays the ball wide to Moragas from a deeper position this time. Lucas Moragas, ball in towards Bidwar, well cleared by Rogerson, and well, this is a little bit concerning for Miramar Rangers. Their substitute Scott Midgley has hit the deck here, calling for some assistance from his medical staff and the universal I need a sub sign there as well. I think he's just waiting to see. Video still hasn't made his way on yet, chewing up some time here, Miramar Rangers. Midgley may carry on. And they're going to make the change. So after all that, no treatment for Midgley. He is off the field. Looks to have been substituted. It'll be interesting to see what Miramar do here. They've brought on the imposing figure of Harry Choate to play, I would assume, at right back for the remainder of the game. So their only substitute at this point was Scott Midgley. He is now off, and he is replaced by Choate, who certainly adds some size and experience to this Miramar defensive unit. Here is Sermon. Now Sheridan coming inside. Ball in behind by Sheridan towards the opportunity there. I think it was Josh Rudland. And he's hit the side netting. Rudland. Lovely little pass from Sheridan. Great run in the back of Rogerson and then smashing it into the side netting. On that occasion, Josh Rudland, the substitute. Oh, that really would have made for an interesting last couple of minutes, plus whatever the referee decides to add. But on this occasion, unable to turn his chance on target, Josh Rudland, as Knowles sends the ball up to halfway. Intercepted by Southanavong, driving forward at Adam Supik. Wilson Southanavong, and he earns a corner for his side. Good aggressive attacking play again from Miramar on the counter attack. We are into the last 90 seconds of normal time now. Let's see if Rangers can hold on to their 3-1 lead, or whether the Phoenix can pull a goal back. They'll play in the corner, Miramar, and Watson. Very professional job there from the former A-League player. Now he is trying to protect the ball, Watson. In the corner, always a fun game of cat and mouse, this, isn't it? And he's achieved his goal. Wasted a few more seconds, kept the ball in there, complained to the referee about a shirt pull. Watson again. Can only see it out for a goal kick. So here come the Phoenix. Is there another goal left in this game? Certainly had the vast majority of possession, the Phoenix, but unable to create any real high quality chances with it. Choate throwing it down the line, headed by Conchi. High foot there from Falconer. It's perfectly legal. Here's Bidwa. Sermon. Sermon looking to play down the right now to Matt Sheridan. We're in the referee's time. Not entirely sure how much time he's chosen to add. Referee Calvin Berg, who's had a very, very good game today, the referee. They often say if you don't see or hear much of a referee that they've had a good game, and that's exactly how the game's been today. Very, very good again from one of the top referees in the National League for a number of years. Sheridan looking over the top. Rudland it is, looking to cause the Miramar defence an issue. Unable to do so, and a throw in for George Akers, being asked to speed up a little bit by assistant referee Isaac Trevis. And he will now throw this ball down the line to Mason Smith. Watson fending off Finn Conchi there. Switching play now through Southanavong. Here he goes, Wilson Southanavong. Opportunity to get one-on-one with Moragas. Moragas does well, but can only force the ball out for a Miramar throw-in. And Choate will be in no rush to get this throw-in in, you would think, the number 27. You can just hear the wind, the impact it's having on the sound effect microphone of the camera. It is very, very windy down here at Fraser Park in Lower Hutt. Phoenix throw in by Moragas, foul by Watson. blatant kicking the ball away there, Watson. No yellow card given, which is perhaps a blessing in that yellow cards often take so long to write in the referee's notebook that it justifies a player's decision to kick the ball away. But Calvin Berg allowing Miramar to kick the ball away without any cautions. Well, the foul was certainly a little bit further up the field than that, but that's where it'll be taken from. Conchi chipping the ball in to the box. Opportunity well cleared there by Wood again. Absolute mammoth at the back today, hasn't he, Liam Wood? Now Watson holding the ball, referee stopping play. Not exactly sure why. Seems to be an altercation in back play. It's Riley Bidwar getting a little bit tangled up there with Andy Bevan. Unlike Andy Bevan to be involved in a little bit of scuffle. Not quite sure what Isaac Trevis and Calvin Berg have seen. And just going to have a little chat here, the referees. So obviously well away from our pictures here on the camera, so I'm not in a position to suggest what's happened here. But just a little more time to be taken out of the game here. Just making sure they get the right players. You can see Liam Wood again just organising his side. And interesting to see what happens here. So Bevan is being asked to speak to the referee. So is Riley Bidwar. Again, not totally sure. But a red card to both players. I don't think they can believe it either, Bevan and Bidwar, but the referee has shown them both a red card. Again, absolutely no idea what this is for, and looks like a free kick to the Wellington Phoenix in a really dangerous position. So, now a little bit of a, well, I don't really know what to say. Change in fortune, perhaps. Could this be, I mean, if this leads to the goal for the Wellington Phoenix that might get them back in this game, then the referees will be hoping they've made the right decision. There was certainly a reason to stop the game. All players sort of ran into an altercation between the two players, but yeah, 2 red cards given, 1 red card to each side, and as I say, I can't exactly tell you why. The free kick will be taken by Moragas, but he cannot get the ball to stand still on the turf here at Fraser Park because the wind is that strong. And I don't really know what to do here. In rugby, you'd put your hand on top of the ball. That seems to be what Charlie Beale's doing here for Moragas. Moragas strikes straight into the wall. And Choke now defending that right-hand side. Moragas earning a corner. Defending there by Harry Choke. The corner flag has also given up its fight against the wind. So another opportunity here for the Phoenix. Moragas will hit the in-swinging corner. Hands on head is the instruction. The big tall figure of Albie Kelly-Heald is forward, the goalkeeper. Ball is in towards Sermon with the header. Dodge towards goal by Ben Wallace. The Phoenix have a late goal. The score is 3-2. No idea how much time is left to be added on. No idea who scored it. Maybe we do have a game. Beautiful ball by Moragas. It looked to be turned away by Ben Wallace. The substitute has a goal for his side. We're into the 97th minute of this game. And as I say, with 2 red cards, an injury, and now a goal in added time, it's really hard to tell how much time is left. And in fact, no time is left. From the kickoff, referee Calvin Berg calls this game to a close. A fiery encounter in the end. And, well, 3 points to Miramar Rangers after all that. They have won this game. Miramar Rangers 3, Wellington Phoenix 2. So we go to the highlights here. Early shot by Mason Smith was Well saved by Kelly Hill, leading to this opportunity for George Akers to score directly from the corner. Miramar really had the better of the chances in the first half, and this was another great finish there by Sam Mason-Smith. But nothing will beat this goal. Mason-Smith from the widest of positions on the right, chipping LB Kelly Hill for a contender for goal of the season. The Phoenix pulled a goal back early in the second half through Riley Bidwar. Opportunity for Rutland that really should have done better with there. And then right towards the end of the game, number 18, Ben Wallace, popped up with a tap-in for his side, but it wasn't enough. The referee didn't add any more time after that, and that was all she wrote. As mentioned, final score here in round 5 of the National League Championship from Fraser Park. Miramar Rangers 3, Wellington Phoenix 2. I've been Jesse Rawlings. It's been a pleasure to bring you this game today. Look forward to seeing you next time.